Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? Hello, my Level Up friends. Last week, we spoke about closing our year with intention and with fire. And to be our best and level up our success, how we end our year, just like how we end the month, how we end a week, it's how we begin the next. Success is about going for it, showing up and giving our very best. So this week, we're going to switch gears a little bit and we're going to be talking about the importance of self-care. And so, like I say, switching gears a little bit, but it's not. This is the foundation of what makes us tick. So to be our best, to become our best, it's so important to take care of ourselves. So I'm speaking for me right now, but I'm a mom. So I'm going to speak as a parent for a minute. It's so simple to get really caught up in taking care of everyone else in your family and putting yourself last. And sometimes it might even feel noble or selfless, but I'm going to say this from experience, it's not. And I've learned the hard way. When we are not taking care of ourselves, everyone around us suffers. And certainly we feel it and we see it in our success. Our body is our vessel. Our mind is our gateway. Our heart is the center of our leadership. So how we treat ourselves, how we prioritize ourselves has a huge direct effect on our success. So today we're going to talk about a few areas that are non-negotiable. Remember, no matter what you do for a living, in order to grow, we must nurture and evolve from the inside out. Our success is a direct reflection of how we feel about ourselves. So today, we're going to go over 5 areas. I think I did 5. 5 areas of self-care. Okay. Number 1, physical. That's fairly obvious, right? But it's really important. Exercising, moving our body. When we move our body, we feel amazing. It gets our heart rate up. It moves our joints. It's energetic. Taking the time for yourself is important. Here's the thing. We all have 30 minutes a day. When people say they don't have time, honestly, wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning if you need to. Don't make an excuse. Excuses scream amateur. And the way we take care of ourselves is really important. Success and happiness isn't one thing. It's every single thing intertwined. And how we do anything is how we do everything. So our physical self-care says a lot about a level of respect for ourselves. And when we take really good self-care physically, it does show up because when we feel better, we do better. Okay. Exercise is self-care. It's self-love. So moving your body, it could be running, it could be jogging, it could be yoga, it could be dancing. I love to dance, walking, getting quality sleep. This is part of physical care. And when people say, getting quality sleep is really important. And when you hear people say, I can run on 4 hours of sleep, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's like saying, you know what? I can live on junk food. And maybe you can get away with it. Maybe you can survive on junk food. Maybe you can survive on 4 hours of sleep. That does not mean that you're practicing good self-care. It doesn't mean it's good for your body. Is your goal to get away with it? Is that your goal, to see the bare minimum we could do to get by, or to live your best life and thrive? Because if it's to thrive and live your best life, sleep is really important. Sleep, one of the things about sleep, it cleans your brain of toxins. That's really important. Okay. So some other benefits of sleep are physical restoration. Like that makes sense, right? We're resting physically. Information, like the way it's processing and memorization, like getting good sleep is really important. Regulating our mood, strengthening our immune system. Like sleep has a lot of benefits. And if you read about anybody who's successful and just, success isn't just monetary success. Success is living a happy, balanced, thriving life. And sleep is a big part of it. And people will say it's at least 7 or 8 hours of sleep. Now, that doesn't mean that you could be like those teenagers and sleep in till 10 o'clock and then use that card. Sleep is important, okay? Because you can oversleep also, okay? Eating healthy, that falls in physical self-care, clean eating. I feel amazing when I eat clean, when I'm eating whole foods, when I'm removing dairy. Like I love cheese, doesn't do my body good. Gluten, processed foods, bringing your body to an alkaline state, focusing on gut health. Our gut affects our physical, it affects our mental, our skin, our hair. Like we don't even realize how much goes on in our gut. Everything is connected to our gut. What we feed our body matters. And for anybody that knows me, I could clearly go on for hours on this topic. It's what I do. It's the business I build. Okay. So taking care of our body is self-care. We feel amazing when we are healthy. And I love when people say, I can eat junk and I could stay thin. You guys, I'm not talking about weight. I'm talking about self-care. What we feed our body matters. Yes, it does take time to eat right. It takes thought, but you're worth it. Also falling under self-care physically is drinking a lot of water. Now, me personally, that's the only thing I drink. I love water. I've always loved water, even before I knew the benefits of water, even before I was told that you should have a gallon a day of water. But water makes me feel amazing. I love water. I love even lemon in my water, which that's another thing that removes toxins from your body. But water flushes out the toxin. It supports weight loss. It enhances brain function. It supports our joints. It boosts our immune system. And I can go on and on and on. When I don't drink enough water, I see it in the color of my skin. So in addition to the physical part of self-care, right? The drinking the water, the eating, the sleeping, physical self-care is getting a massage, taking a long bath, decompressing, breathing exercise. This all makes a huge difference. How we love ourselves and take care of ourselves physically absolutely is connected with our level of leveling up and success. So number 2, mental self-care. Okay. Mental self-care. Mental is the brain. It's what's going on between your 2 ears. We know that mindset is everything. So can you even imagine the value of mental self-care? We know how powerful our thoughts are, our words are, and our feelings are. And they all stem from the mind. The mind is the mental part of ourself. And this is vital. And my friends, especially in this world, forget about the crazy times that we're all growing through, okay? I'm talking about a world that's digital now, right? It's a social media world. Everything is going at 1,000 miles an hour all the time. There's you can't even turn it off. Our mental self-care is everything. So here are some great ways to make great mental self-care, or take great mental self-care of yourself. Meditate. Oh my gosh. So I talk about this many times. I started about 5 years ago. Life-changing, life-saving. It's gold. In my opinion, it's the number one thing on the mental care, self-care list. Know this about meditation. It's a noun, right? So when you think of meditation, it's going within every day and finding your inner strength so the world cannot dim your light or blow out your candle. That's what meditation is to me. It helps you slow down. It helps you know yourself better. It allows you to focus and concentrate. And this is the time to shut everything else off. You're learning how to quiet your mind, releasing the fear, releasing the negativity, losing the stories that don't serve you, seeing your vision, injecting yourself in the vision, actually living out your dream life. And so what happens is it leads to self-love, self-acceptance, and it leads to compassion for others. When we're not taking good mental self-care, we get in our head, we get mad at people, we overthink things. It allows us to have compassion. It leads to a more enjoyable life. It decreases stress. It enhances mental health. It helps with depression. It improves sleep. It improves energy levels. For me, it's my saving grace. So another thing, like for mental self-care, listen to uplifting music. This is amazing mental self-care. Listen to music that lifts you up, makes you smile, clears your mind of stress. Okay. Another thing is reading. We talk about this when we talk about the subject of personal growth zillions of times. It's so important for self-care. It's up to us to fill our mind with the good, the positivity, the vision, the leadership. Leaders are readers. When we don't read, we lose the mental ability to grow to the next level. Every new level requires a new level of us. Reading and taking more time for yourself to fill your mind and your heart with good, it's life-changing. I start my day this way every day. Not only do I deserve it, but my family deserves it. My team deserves it. And everyone I come in contact with deserves it. When we mentally take care of ourselves, we have the ability to take care of others, like listening to podcasts, right? Which clearly you're doing. You're listening to this. That is a great mental self-care, right? It's a mental reset. It's a reminder of what's possible. It's a gateway into our dreams and positivity. Again, it's filling our mind with vision. You know, I've seen so many successful people think they don't need books, they don't need podcasts or personal growth. In my opinion, we all do. When we stop growing, we die. You know, the ones that I've seen that like don't do I can tell somebody who does personal growth a mile away. And the ones that I see that don't, and I don't care what their income levels are, they have more anger, more frustration, more tempers. They're more hot and cold, and mentally they get overwhelmed. Why? Because mental self-care is really important. And now I'm not saying that you aren't going to feel this way from time to time, but it's the daily mental self-care that pivots us back into our vision, our gratitude, and everything. Okay. So number 3 is emotional self-care. Because remember, when we think of emotion, those are our feelings, right? And we've talked about feelings on many episodes. What do our feelings do? They create our life. Why? Because whatever we're feeling, we are the largest transmission tower in the world. So whatever we're feeling, we're sending radio waves out there, visualize that, and we're bringing it back. When we're feeling anger, emotionally, we're bringing more things into our life that make us feel angry. If we're feeling happy, that we're feeling that happiness emotion, more things are going to come into our life that evoke the feeling of happiness. So taking good emotional self-care is vital. Affirmations, they're huge. Okay. It's speaking into yourself, saying them, listening to them, believing them. This is mental self-care. Okay. It's filling yourself up. It's impossible to level up without taking care of you. Affirmations are saying positive things. They allow you to think positive things. They quiet your mind. And you guys know this, but maybe this is your first time listening. We drop Level Up with Debbie Neal. We drop these full episodes on Monday, but every Wednesday we have a 2 to 3 mini episode on all different types of affirmation. So I encourage you and I challenge you, go listen as often as you can. So we do them by category. There's, calming ones and IMs and goal ones and health ones and all different ones. Listen to affirmations as often as you can, and your favorites just listen to over and over and over, because what does repetition do? It's building that belief which is evoking an emotion. And when you're taking good emotional care, you're feeling really great about yourself. Journaling. Journaling is amazing for emotional self-care. You know what journaling does? It empties your mind. Like, get it all out. You're taking a pen to the paper, get it all out. What are your hopes? What are your dreams? What are your fears? What are your stories? Get it all out and see it so you can change it and or grow it. Like, journaling declutters your mind when things are really unorganized. So let's say it's like in your closet or in your room and it's like really unorganized. First of all, that drives me actually insane. Okay. But when we get to the point that we can't take it anymore, what do? We hit it head on. We empty it. We sift through it. We eliminate. It's the same with our mind. If we don't take good self-care and declutter life, okay, it hoards in our heads. Plus, it allows us to see the good, the gems. Like as you're emptying out your mind, right? Think about it. Have you ever emptied your closet and be like, where did this come from? Like, this is amazing. I didn't even know I had it, or I forgot that I had it. Where was it all this time? But the reality is you couldn't find it. You lost it. You didn't see it. You forgot about it because of all the clutter. And it's the same with journaling. Get it out. Eliminate. Start fresh every day. Find the gems. Lose the baggage. Celebrate your wins. This is emotional self-care. Realize how far you've come. Make a list of all you're grateful for. Celebrate it. Feel the gratitude. Again, when we're feeling gratitude, what is it doing? It's evoking an emotion. It's bringing an emotion. It's amplifying an emotion. And when you're feeling an emotion, you're attracting more of it to you. And when we don't take good emotional self-care, we end up getting emotional versus focusing on the emotions that we really want to bring into our life. So when you're feeling the gratitude, it evokes a feeling and brings you closer to more things to be grateful for and more things to celebrate. Make a list of everything you're grateful for and make one as often as you can. What we focus on expands. When we say thank you, we feel gratitude, like over and over again. Thank you. Thank you for running water. Thank you for my beautiful home. Thank you for the food I'm going to eat. Thank you for my family. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for the clothes that I wear. Okay. Feeling gratitude evokes an amazing emotional feeling. It overrides the small things. It overrides the negativity. You can't feel negativity and gratitude at the same time. So when we're taking good emotional self-care, it tips the scales. Laughing. Laughing is a freaking amazing. It's like so good for emotional self-care. When we laugh, it makes us, I don't even know what it does. It brings me to a whole new level. And I have a belly laugh. Anybody who knows me personally knows that I've got the laugh that you could hear 7 miles away. When we laugh, we increase serotonin and endorphins in the brain. Laughing replenishes our lungs. It relaxes our muscle. It wipes away the bad stuff. It eases tension. Laughing reduces stress. When I laugh, instantly stress leaves my body. Laughing protects the heart. It increases the immune system. And it's a great workout. You laugh hard enough, you're exhausted in a good way. It's emotionally lifting. Be around people that make you laugh. Watch a funny movie. Laughing evokes joy. Joy makes our life just run better. Another thing for emotional self-care, and this is really huge, is practicing forgiveness. Remember, when we hold on to anger or resentment of any kind, it's like holding a hot coal and hoping that we don't get burned. Forgive. Focus on what you're grateful for the person. Even if somebody did something to you that's terrible, you guys know my belief. Things are not done to us, they're done for us. What was the lesson? Where was the silver lining? How were you better for it? People are put into our lives for all different reasons, to love us, to leave us, to challenge us, to grow us. So let it go. Rise above. Emotionally forgive. Forgive for you. It's huge in emotional self-care. Let go of anything you can't control. And when I think of let it go, you guys know the song, right? The Disney song, Let It Go. Short story, but I'll just keep it very short. I just thought of it. I was in Disney with my family, February 2014. And so I have 4 children, and my whole family was on a bus going from one park to the other park, and it was packed. It was a packed bus. Okay. So it was before the times. Nobody was staying any distance apart. Everybody was basically on top of each other. And I said to my kids, there was no music on the bus. I was like, I'm going to start singing really low, and I'm going to start singing Let It Go. And with every verse, I'm going to get a little bit louder, and I'm going to get the whole bus singing. So of course, my kids were like, Mom, don't do it. First of all, you're not going to get the whole bus singing. Don't embarrass us. Don't sing like that. And you guys, I brought this emotion inside of me of joy, and I kept singing, and they were a little bit louder and a little bit louder. And then there was 2 people, and then there was 4 people, and then there was 10 people. And before you knew it, there was 100 people on this bus singing, Let It Go, and singing it. And that's what I just thought of when I thought of letting it go. Okay. And also that positive emotional feeling is contagious. I was feeling it. So I brought it to the entire bus of the Disney bus. Okay. Number 4, social. Social self-care is important. Unplug in a world that never shuts off. Limit your social media time. I go on my social media for business. I should be on there way more than I am, but I'm not. Limit your social media time. That's amazing self-care. The news, the negativity. You guys look around, the division. Like, look at what's going on with friends, with family. People are divided. The media is worse than chemical warfare. Okay. Disconnect. Connect with the ones you love. Catch up with friends. Pick up the phone. Go to lunch with your friends. Go on a date with the ones you love. Meet new people. Be around like-minded people. Avoid negative energy. Like, what you do socially and how you spend your time is really important when you're nurturing and protecting and building social self-care. Anyone who knows me knows this. I protect my energy like it's priceless, because it is. It's self-care. It's self-love. And I love myself too much to be around negativity. I love my family too much to be around toxic people. I love my team too much to allow anything to dampen my leadership, my love, my vision, my energy. And when we're around that negativity, the reason I say it would be a detriment to my team or my family or my friends is because you carry that energy, right? So socially, self-care, when I do have those times to be social, I want it to be around people that bring me joy, that lift me up, that make me smile, that make me laugh, that are positive people. And it doesn't mean that stuff doesn't happen, but I choose to be around people who are solution-based, not reaction-based. They're love-based, not fear-based. Okay. Another thing that's great in social self-care is complimenting someone. And this is so huge. Your words matter. Random acts of kindness matter. Your words have the power to change someone's life. And it works both ways. When we give a compliment, it makes us feel really good. And that's emotional self-care. And the final area in self-care that I'm going to talk about today is spiritual. Okay. And so when we think of self-care, it's very obvious. If somebody said, self-care, what do you think of? We think of physical. A lot of times we think of emotional, but very, very often we forget about spiritual self-care. Okay. So I'm going to talk about my feelings. Again, when you're doing a podcast, you want to appeal to everyone, but you're never going to appeal to everyone, right? I'm not ice cream, but I'm always going to talk about my experiences, my lesson. And when we don't focus on spiritual, there isn't a connection to God. And I have found in my life and in my business, I have found it much more fulfilling when I have a relationship with my Creator. And so it's been life-changing for me over the last few years. So God breathed life into us. He knows our purpose. He knows what we can accomplish. When God is a part of my life, I know that I can go further. I know that I can do more. I know that if I put God first and keep Him in my life, it's a critical part and a crucial part of my self-care. I make this a priority. It's building a relationship, right? I wake up in the morning and I thank God for my life. Praying for me is huge spiritual self-care. It fills my mind with hope, with faith and victory. The greatest benefit of a prayer is knowing that you're not alone. Prayer sets and changes the tone of my day. It's like everything kind of melts away when I'm in that space. I start and I end my day with prayer. I praise God for all that He's doing in my life. And I set my mind on God and all of His goodness. And it fills my days just with blessings that are in my life. I invite God into my day and actually ask for help. I ask for guidance. And so often we forget how important this is. Right? Next week, we're going to go even a little bit deeper. We're going to talk about the power of a prayer and prayers in general. So again, when we're looking at spiritual self-care, help someone. When we help, we serve. When we help, we make a difference in the life of another. This is self-care. It's self-love. The way we treat others says everything about the way we feel about ourselves. Spend time outside in nature. That's spiritual self-care. These are things that we have 100% control over. And so often we think or we say that we don't have enough time to take good self-care. We have time. We have more than enough time. Self-care is a choice. It isn't selfish to practice self-care. It's selfish not to. If you're a parent and you don't take care of yourself first, your family is not getting your best. They're getting your tired. They're getting your leftovers. They're feeling your stress. They're sitting in your energy. If you're a leader and you're not practicing self-care, your team isn't getting your best. They're feeling your low vibes. They're feeling your energy. Your energy drives your team or it kills your team. You choose. What you don't make time for leads to sacrifice. It's the same thing in a relationship and a friendship. When you're bringing your leftovers and your low vibe self or negativity and you're not really filling yourself up, it shows. Take care of you. Love you. You have so much love in your heart. Give some to yourself. Okay? So I love you all. I'm wishing you the most amazing week. And again, we talked about this in the episode, but remember to listen to Affirmations on Wednesday. We're on a mission to self-care, and these episodes are 2 to 3 minutes long. That's it. And the words have the power to have a ripple effect. Love you, my friends.